We have Gibson Cage today.
Hey.
Hey. So I'm going to make some meat and put it in a bun and make him put it in his mouth. I'm Angela Shelton. And this is Stirring Up Trouble. I'm going to make you like a little avocado salad to go with your
Yummy.
hamburger.
I love hamburgers.
You said to me you're like old faithful, you're traditional, so I was like, I'm going to make you a hamburger, keep it real simple.
It's the first food group.
So you've slept with a lot of women as a rock star. Don't lie. Why? Stop lying to me.
Well, I don't know. A gentleman never really
You don't have to give their names.
kiss and tell, right?
But
yes,
a
few.
Right.
A few nice,
And
beautiful women.
how do you get women to have sex with you?
How do you like these?
And then it began?
And it began.
Have you had crazy women?
Oh, yeah. I was attracted to crazy women.
Why?
Even when I see a movie where there's a crazy girl on
like,
the
I'm
movie,
attracted.
I'm just laughing. I think it's the funniest thing.
You're like, ooh, what's her number?
Watching them throw the plates, across the room, bust the stuff up and crash the cars.
What is that about? Is it like you have a savior complex or something?
I don't know. I just think it's amusing. I think it's so funny.
Is it, do you know, usually they're crazy because they got fucked by somebody. Daddy or uncle or grandpa or whatever. And I have this theory that if we actually talked about healthy sex and actually had conversations about sex and it's not this deviant, dark thing,
Right.
there would be less deviant behavior happening in the basements. And then,
Well, I think if more people had an attitude like you that took a negative and turned it into a positive, love's the only answer. And it'll always be the only answer. So.
and this fucking knife ain't sharp enough. So you just fix it. Life gives you lemons, you get a sharper knife.
You just got to smile about things. Dancing between the raindrops is what I always said.
Is it? Say I'm interested or I'm not. But going after rock star dude, what kind of lies are told that you're like, oh yeah, well you should really not.
Well, it's the same old story,
My phone was charging.
No, I hate you.
Oh, that usually makes them stay.
Oh yeah. Oh
What
yeah,
is that
definitely.
about crazy that makes them stay?
I don't know. You can open the door, and they just won't leave.
I've experienced that. I think that we share that, like men and women, we share it equally, like having been with crazy. Look at this beautiful little avocado salad.
Oh,
So, I'm gonna heat this up. Why is it that we tend to have better sex with crazy stranger than the one?
Because it's exciting and it's new, right?
I have a theory. What if you really do honestly talk with your mate, like for real, like honestly? Like I'm telling you, I talk to the ladies. I talk to the women.
Me and my wife make love, right? It's like
Okay.
a circus the other way, right?
It's circus in a bad way, right?
Well, yeah. If you're tired of drama and you're, and you want some calmness in your life.
My point is, if we're really honest with our partners, which usually we're not. And then when you actually sit them down, I had an experience where you sit down like, let's just talk about, like for real, let's straight up, what do you like, what are you into, what do you want to do? And I found out this guy wants to be pegged. I didn't even know what pegging was.
I was going to ask you, what is that?
Do you want me to show you? No, it's literally when a woman puts on a strap on, and it's not a giant dick like my dick, but it's a.
You do have an incredibly huge dick.
Thank you.
Scary. I'm going to have nightmares about that dick.
Thank you. Oh, can I touch you? I have to
Yes,
ask
of course.
Permission.
You can pet me.
But it's a little teeny, whatever the man can handle, and it's the woman
Pegged.
like pegs him in his
Pegged.
prostate. It's some prostate
That's
love.
just great.
Yeah.
Time for another shot.
But it's the prostate, right? That the men love the prostate, and sometimes
I like to come
I
home
like
and my
that
house
too.
is not on fire at night. That's about as happy as I can get, right?
Because you've already had your fire experience
Yes.
with being on the road.
Oh yes. Guitar's on fire. That's my favorite.
Wait, your guitar was on fire?
A couple of them.
What?
Oh yeah.
Same woman or
I had
different
a really
woman?
healthy relationship. Different. No, I had one girl who, yeah.
Wow, so you like crazy. It's just
I
like,
did like crazy when I
did
was
like
young.
crazy.
Yes, I did.
so then do you think women are crazy?
No,
Like in general?
no, not at all.
Do you think women are stupid?
No, absolutely not. My wife's one of the smartest people I've ever known. And literally, one of the smartest people I've ever known. I'm not saying that because, we're married and I love her. That was what attracted to her, was her mind and the way she handled herself.
Because you were done with cuckoo?
Yeah, I figured, my tastes were no good. So I better stop following that, and
How did you do it?
yeah, I was done. Never to be married again. Never was gonna, that was it. It was over. I was just gonna marry my music and that was it and it was over and she just came along. 1 in a million.
That's awesome.
And it's a,
Could you imagine if this is like my own dating show? I'm on Tinder. Have I mentioned that? / church hopper. Yeah, I'm like, oh, Jesus Lord. That's terrible.
I'm sweating again, guys.
I need to get this off of here. Yeah. I'm gonna prepare your buns.
So you're telling me that girls don't like crazy guys? Dangerous, crazy
No,
guys?
they do. It's true, you're right.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, it's exciting,
Is it?
right? Isn't it?
I guess so, then like the boring dude.
Yeah.
But like if the boring dude and you actually had a conversation, you're gonna find out that the boring dude is into some stuff that could be really fun, but you're not talking about it. That's what amazes me. Like if we really like actually had conversations about it. But I wish you'd have actually deeper conversations. I want to see God every time I have sex. So, where's my spatula? Watch this. What do we do about the little dicks?
What do we do about
Because
it?
little dicks are creating havoc. They're angry. They're creating like they tailgate. Little dicks tailgate.
They drive big trucks.
I love big trucks though. And I like big flags and I like big things. I like big cars. I like it big. I
Okay.
like big movies.
Big everything.
Big budgets. I like it.
I like big budgets. That's
Yeah.
good.
And so I was saying to the butchers, like, hey, what do we do about the little dicks? Like, they're creating havoc. And they're like, oh, well, Smokey Joe and there's like a butcher, the little fat guy, and he's like, I'm Smokey Joe. and he's just fine with his little Vienna.
He's fine.
He's fine. I was like, you need to teach a class, buddy. Just be okay with your little
He
dick.
just came up and volunteered that, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a little bit. What's going
This
on?
is what happens when you just are honest about things. Question for you. Did you know that the ERA, the Equal Rights Amendment, has not been passed? It's been passed, but it's not been written into law.
Which
Did you know
one are we
that?
talking about?
That means like makes women actual equal humans. We're not actually equal humans in the law. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, and we need you.
Well, you got me.
Excellent.
You got me.
Well, I'll feed you, and then you'll help us.
Okay.
Do you like it a little bloody? This will be mine. Now. Oh yes.
Yummy.
Oh, God. I want to get real with you talking, but look at that. It's delicious. And so this is just horrible for our breath. We're not going to be.
No kissing?
No, we're not going to be making out.
I thought so, yeah.
Okay, come on. Are you ever stuck in traffic or a really boring meeting and you have to go fix your makeup? Well, look, the lipstick vibe. What's this all about? Go all the way. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, just wait.
I'm starving.
Good. So you're gonna put a burger in your mouth. Look at that. Okay, I put meat in a bun, and now we're gonna get real.
Oh, no.
So first I have to eat this, because I'm like, I take a little bit of this avocado with some garlic, and I put it on my burger.
Yummy.
Oh, hell yes, and some onions, I'm not afraid. So we did talk about crazy over there.
Uh-huh.
And you and I both have experienced crazy, and I do want to point out that when people are crazy, and women are crazy, and men,
Okay.
it's usually coming from a story. It's not like somebody's just crazy. It's
Just
like,
woke up one morning and
yeah, you didn't wake
decided
up
to be
one-
crazy.
Yeah, it's usually there's a deeper story there.
Okay, we're gonna try these things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. Okay.
How did you know? One of my
Right.
favorite. Is cheeseburgers.
Crazy. Women especially not that men are not also abused, because men are definitely abused, and I've talked to many, many, many men, and I've held them crying.
Hide your feelings.
I say that as a joke, but really, I mean, it's doing service work. I'm like talking about things. That's why I wanted to talk about.
Well, I think we all have had our inappropriate relationships, right? Where the other one wasn't very good for the other. Of course, the abuse is a different thing, all together, and not what I'm talking about right now. But
What do you mean?
well, I mean, we've all had relationships that were great and fun and exciting, but they were no good for us. You know, they were just terrible for our families, our jobs, our lives.
You're like chasing the addiction.
Yeah, chasing the dragon.
How's your background with your life growing up?
Well, I had it pretty rough. Everybody's got.
yeah.
I mean, there's abuses and stuff. Anybody that was born when we were born, they didn't take care of kids the way they do today. Right? We were thrown in the back of a station wagon that was solid steel. You burn yourself to death trying to, you know what I'm saying? You remember, you know what I'm talking about. There's no seatbelts. Shut up, go get, what was the famous saying back then? Kids should not be seen, not should be heard. And
Seen, not heard.
Seen, not heard, right. And we were second-class citizens back then. And there was no, I never saw an HRS person
Right.
back then,
Did you need it?
Huh?
Did you need
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Is that what got you into music?
I remember seeing my first guitar, and it was like, oh, I was like 9 or, maybe younger, maybe even younger. And just the impact that it had on me, right? And then, yeah, I was a loner, and I could disappear in my room, and I could play my music, and nobody would bother me. And that, yeah, because outside there was some addiction going on, and there was some violence and things that were happening. But in your room with your guitar, you're okay.
Yeah. Me, it was writing.
Writing.
Yeah.
It's hard being like, jumping.
Oh no, we can jump all over the
Okay,
place.
let's jump.
We can jump all over. Take a bite. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, back then I didn't know what healthy was. I didn't know what a healthy woman looked like.
Exactly.
I didn't know what a normal conversation was.
Wow.
We were so busy with drugs and rock and party and what's next and limousines and yeah.
Hold on.
That was easy.
Oh, you think so? But yeah, I mean, and so you just search for yourself first, and to figure out who you are first, and then go maybe and see. And I wasn't even looking when I found my wife.
They always say that.
Boom, there she was. I was anti-looking actually.
What was it?
Her mind, her intelligence. I've always been attracted to talent.
So that's what did it with her intelligence.
It was her intelligence. It was her.
Talent.
I'm married to Lady Jesus. I can say that straight up. That woman she's the most forgiving. She's just the most generous. She's the most, and I would never have thought in a million years I would have met somebody like that. All the other girls I've, before were, they're selfish. They want their stuff. They want, and her being like that with me, not trying to control me, letting me go and do what I have to do, letting me make my mistakes, and not condemning me for them, made me want to be a better husband to her.
Interesting.
It made me want to make her happy. Instead of my wife, let me get away from her, right? Let me lie to her. Let me, you know what I'm saying? That trying to control you and.
Question.
Okay.
In the difference between seeing women that you've been with that were like crazy and you're controlling and you're like, ugh, crazy, versus how you're seeing your wife, has that shown up in your life as a dude of how you see other women in society that you work with in society in general? Like, how do you...
I have a great respect for women. I love them.
But, hold on. back up just a second. 'Cause you mentioned something about your mom. And
Right.
coming from a, let's just say, heavy past.
Right.
Was that view of your mother seen?
My mother was victim
Oh,
her whole life and ended up being killed by her husband.
holy.
Okay. She had a victim mentality. She drank. She tried to hide from her feelings. She tried to hide from her emotions. How do I see women? Because of the things that I've been through. As equals. I do. Some are not so equal as others. What am I supposed to say there?
It's a big
It depends
question.
how big their breasts are, I guess, right?
It's funny again.
Más simple.
Let's see where we're going now.
That was easy.
People have these thoughts, and you don't realize that you don't really realize you have them until you're experiencing it.
I'm so sorry about that because I tell you, I never really realized that men act the way they act when they're alone with women. I mean, I just could never imagine doing that to a woman, you know, acting that way. And so it's a little beyond me to really contemplate that behavior.
Well, it happens every day. It's not a matter of like I diddled once. It happens all the time.
That's crazy.
All day long. Yeah, I get a Walmart last night. You know what I mean? It's like, it's constant. And you just live that way. And so I'm like, can you help us?
It never, I think that's a big problem because guys that don't treat women that way don't know that there's a problem because other guys don't act like that in front of other guys. Well, sometimes they do, but not really aggressive. Mm-hmm. It's when they're by themselves, is how I've heard it, right? That they completely change. And I have seen it when they didn't know anybody was looking.
Yeah.
You know?
And in front of everyone else, they're the charming ones.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's say we've gone this far in 100 years. Well, look at the next 100 years. If we keep where we're going, let's keep going, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a natural thing in 1,000 years. We won't even be having this conversation. We'll only be talking about getting pegged.
Exactly. They'll be pegging at the
They'll be just
supermarket.
pegging everywhere, man. I'm baiting. Leave me alone.
comes with the lettuce.
It's a conversation that needs to happen, and it's never going to be solved by a conversation. It's only going to be solved by action, and it's going to take what it takes.
I don't know. We need your help.
Well, I'm here. Let's do it, man.
I love it.
I'm all in.
I love it. I love it.
You're all right, Angela.
Gibson Cage. You can find him online. You can Google that shit. Skinny jeans and long hair.
No skinny jeans.
What are you? GibsonCage.com, right?
Yeah, and I'm on Facebook. I'm on everywhere. Reverb Nation. I have a lot of my my experimental music on Reverb Nation.
Oh, we're getting experimental, are we?
Yeah.
That's a different show.
That was easy.
Awesome.